Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Good morning, DJ.
Good morning.
Good morning, Byron.
Good morning.
What's happening? What's happening, Clark?
Good morning.
And good morning to all the listeners here today. Let me do this. I got a bunch of announcements. So let me start with this. A memorial musical celebration of the life of Deacon Edward Montgomery, president of the Long Way Round Quartet. The Long Way Round Quartet has provided scholarships to over 80 MPS students over the course of the 25 years to make better their education. They believe that with the faith in God and our children, America would remain alive and well. Certainly, education is the key. Their motto: if each one reaches one, and that one teaches one, we can make a difference. The guests include the Majestics, Chetney McCrae and Van Patterson, Chris Tillman, the Yancey brothers, Raven Dockery, Reggie Holmes, and of course the historic Antioch Missionary Baptist Church Mass Choir. That'll be tomorrow, Saturday, August 9th at 2 p.m. at the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, 2033 West Congress Street. And they also will be streaming it, but certainly they want you to be there for the Memorial Musical Celebration. It's a scholarship fundraiser for the Long Way Round Quartet. Again, that'll be tomorrow, August 9th, 2025, 2 p.m. at Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, 2033 West Congress Street, where my good friend and twin and brother, the Right Reverend Victor Manns, is the pastor. So Long Way Round tomorrow. Long Way Round Quartet. I loved Deacon Montgomery. Good dude. Also, I'll just pull it up, and you'll be a little patient with me here. Tomorrow, there'll be a neighborhood family and fun fellowship in honor of Keon Jackson Malone. Free groceries, face painting, cookout, horse rides, community resource vendors, and many more. That'll be tomorrow, Saturday, August 9th, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Atkinson Park, 936 West Atkinson Avenue. Again, Neighborhood Family Fellowship. But this was the time that Keon would do the fish fry, right?
Mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah, I think this is around the time. So everybody remember Keon used to do his little fish fry cookout. I said,
because it would be around August.
Yeah, it
and
sounded like Michelle
August.
now.
Mm-hmm.
His little cookout.
Mm-hmm.
But he take up the whole block over there on 11th Street. So that'll be tomorrow. The Atkinson Triangle.
We park around the corner.
926 West Atkinson Avenue. Also, the Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church, under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Russell B. Williamson, will be celebrating their annual Men's Day on Sunday. That would be the 10th. The morning speaker will be Reverend Kurt Boyd. The afternoon speaker would be the Reverend Dr. Hugh Davis. Services there at Zion Hill starts at 10. And again, Zion Hill. And I was at 18, I think it's 1803. I don't even know the address of my memory there. West Hampton Avenue.
It's on the corner.
It's right there on the corner of 18th and Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ironic because that's where they had that car accident where the kid burned up. As a matter of fact, one of our parishioners was a witness, kind of saw what was happening. So we're having that. And then also on Sunday, Greater Galilee Missionary Baptist Church will be having their annual Men's Day starting at 10:30. Yours truly, Keith Parris, will be the morning speaker over there with our good friends there, Pastor Johnny White and good folks there at Galilee Baptist Church. So we'll be there on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock being I'll be their morning speaker. Hope they can get through it. Whew. But anyway, so let me thank Deacon Al Hill.
Pack their patience.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. And I'll be brief.
Yeah.
In 2.5 hours. So it won't be long. It won't be long.
Get out just before supper.
Yeah. I'll get you out in time to get over at 3 o'clock for the Men's Day afternoon program there at Zion Hill. It won't be long before we be leaving here. What up, DJ?
Good morning.
What's happening, man?
It's Friday. It's gonna be a hot one, but
it's gonna be a hot one.
Hot few days.
Yeah, hot. I got a lot, man. Busy weekend for me, man. I'll be over tomorrow morning with the good folks there, Outreach Community Health Centers, and I'll be there at their fair. So we'll be broadcasting live on WNOV. Yeah, so I'll be the guy.
I got a pretty busy weekend too.
Oh, and then it's my class reunion tomorrow evening. So
how many?
I won't say, but it's my class reunion tomorrow.
Come on,
evening.
man, you gotta say.
So we'll be.
It's a milestone.
Hey man, every year becomes a milestone. But yeah, so Dominican classes.
It gotta be
Class
either
of
50 or
50.
51. Yeah,
It'd be 50.
because last year my mom's was 50 from the north. Yeah.
So got that. Trying to figure out how I can squeeze in MPMD, which will be down at Peck Pavilion, down at the Marcus Center for the Performing Arts tomorrow. They said it might rain, but see if I can.
Yeah, like
squeeze that in.
Was it early or in the evening?
It's supposed to be, but they're done at 6, so I'm assuming they're probably 5.
No, I'm talking about the rain.
Said it's supposed to start. It could around 4, 2 or 4. So
okay.
Yep. So a lot going on tomorrow. A lot going on in the city
this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend.
Because Bronzeville, last day is when, today or tomorrow?
Either today or tomorrow. And then State Fair ends Saturday? Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. It's gonna be hot, man.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know, man. If you ever been out there when it's been hot at State Fair,
I've been out there when it's been hot.
It's like Summerfest because it's concrete. You ain't walking on grass, man. It's concrete and human beings, so it gets hot. It gets hot.
I mean, it was a little hot last week.
You get down there?
Yeah, I saw you.
No, that was the Black Arts Fest.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you was talking about. Oh, yeah, you did see me.
Yeah, it was a little hot there, but
it wasn't too bad.
Occasionally the breeze would come and just give you what you needed. Yeah.
It wasn't. Plus, it was getting down there towards the evening, so the sun was kind of setting. And unlike in the past, where you be at those stages where the sun is just beating you, the sun was really at people's back, and so I kind of like the setup where they were on the festival grounds this year in terms of Black Arts Fest. So. Okay. All right. I think that's what I got. Let's see. Update.
You got a few things. We will be having Haters Nation today.
Oh, you got some hate?
Oh yeah, got a few.
Okay.
Well,
how do you want to do this? Okay, we do have a guest at 9:30. So I'm just trying to figure out. Do you want to? I know you always like to wait until everybody gets here.
Yeah, and we're gonna continue to wait.
Until everybody is seated before you do your perspective.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
So let's do some rapid fire stuff. Oh, as I teased yesterday. Excuse me, how my voice get up? As I teased yesterday, Friday's question at the end of the ball game, at the end of the ball game, who do you want, past or present player, to take the last shot? At the end of the ball game, who do you want, past or present, to take the shot? I
think that's too easy. We should do something.
No. You just got
baseball
one.
Or something.
No, why is that easy? That's good. That means more people can participate.
Everybody gonna pick, the same three people.
You don't know that. You don't know that. We don't know that until we.
We know that.
You don't know that.
We know that.
How do you know the unknown?
Because you can feel it.
Then you don't know.
I just told you how I know.
No, you said you feel it, then you don't know. Feelings is not knowledge.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
What's that? Boy, intuition?
it be your intuition, but it still ain't knowledge.
Don't they say trust it?
Excuse my ebonics, but it ain't knowledge. Come on, brother. Trying to get you woke over here, mate.
I'm a pick somebody
Well, that's
else just because I already know how.
But
who
you don't
everybody
know.
gonna pick.
You don't. You really don't know.
You know.
You don't know, bruh. Excuse me. Let me shout out my godson. He got his license.
Congratulations.
He got his license. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
How old is he now?
19.
Okay.
So he got his license, man. Shout out. Shout out. Man, boy. But it's really interesting because another dollar.
What?
Oh, man. You called it, Clark. I caught it. I'm surprised Debo over there. He didn't catch it. He's not over there. Okay.
You cussed?
No, there's a word I shouldn't be using because I use it so much.
Oh.
Did you catch it?
What is?
You didn't catch it?
What's the word? You know the word, Clark?
I started with interesting, and that's the word. I've been using that a lot. So, man, caught myself again. But I didn't get my license until I was 21 because I didn't do driver's ed.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm just real talk, being transparent. You don't need license to drive.
Wow.
You don't. You don't need them to drive to operate the vehicle.
Wow.
You know. Now,
see, that's what's wrong
that's what
with these kids now, man. That's why reckless driving is at an all-time high, man.
You know, and that's the other piece.
That is it.
I don't know. I don't know
it's
if
part of the
having
reason.
driver's license is not going to make you any less a reckless driver. If you're a reckless driver, whether you had a license or not, you're driving recklessly.
It's just the thought of doing something that you ain't got no business doing. So if we start off with, well, I really don't have to have my driver's license to drive. Then we gonna go to, well, I really don't got to do the speed limit. And then we're going to go to, well, I really don't got to stop at the stop sign.
And licensed drivers are not doing that?
I'm just saying
everything I'm just saying that a whole lot of reckless driving is done by licensed drivers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, but I was like 21. And the reason why I had to get a driver's license so I could legally drive was the job I had at college required that they rent a car because I traveled. And the first time I went to take my driver's test, I failed. I failed. I did pretty well.
I think I was supposed to fail, but I didn't.
How old were you when you got your license?
Yeah. I was between 22 and 23. Yeah. 22. I think I was 22.
He said DJ got his license.
Yeah.
You got your license. So was I. But I flunked it the first time. Now it's down to the wire because I'm going to be on a plane flying to Washington, D.C.
Right.
So I did pass. But you know how sorry. Oh, man. He did it for me. Let me shout out the good folks there at the New Pitts Mortuary. Brother Nate Luckett, what's up, Nate? Is that Nate? Yeah, that's Nate. Okay. Is that Deacon Michael Jones? Yeah, that's Deacon Michael Jones. All right. So shout out to good folks there at the New Pitts Mortuary. Man.
Good morning. Good morning.
See how slowly they taking that quarter?
Making sure.
3.5. That is truly a drive-by. That's true. It's like back in the day, I told the story with Snoop. You remember he's involved with that drive-by? And he said, I didn't know it was a drive-by. Dude, you was driving 7 miles an hour at night with the lights off. That's a drive-by. You know, what somebody shout out to good folks there at the New Pitts Mortuary. Certainly Brother Nate Luckett. And, of course, one of my fellow parishioners, Deacon Michael Jones. All right. Speaking of, so let's just, I know you wanted to talk, got a few minutes to talk about the whole police pursuit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
They should continue. It should never stop.
Okay.
And, you know, often people are frustrated with the result. You know, it's unfortunate that um pursuits happen to begin with, and then lend up having individual lose their life. But to say that police should stop pursuing, I'm a I mean, it's good that we on the radio and it's not a podcast, so I can't cuss. But that's one of the dumbest things I ever heard. That stopping a pursuit. One, we did that already, and that's why we're in this predicament that we in now when it comes to reckless driving. Like I said, there's many things that led up to reckless driving, and to publicly announce that you're not going to be pursuing anymore, which that wasn't smart. But now we have the results of this. And so to say that police should stop uh police chases, no, that's just saying individuals should be able to commit crimes, and they should just be able to move on with it without any consequences. So
Yeah, yeah, you send you really do, and I think the collateral damage is all the innocent bystanders, or people driving their cars. But you're right, you just can't send a signal it's going to be okay, because then you just have total chaos,
which we've had already.
And it's my fear, it's
we've had this already.
Oh, I was going to say we haven't had total chaos.
No, yeah, we've had as far as the driving, it's chaos, man.
You eligible for Medicare?
No, man.
Don't he sound like an old man? Just
there you go.
Oh man.
I was just raised with sense. You know what I mean? I was raised with sense. So
okay.
Stuff
I'm just saying that
stuff don't make sense.
But it really is. But younger people are complaining. They're complaining because they know it's some nonsense, right? And then there's people out there doing it.
I want to be able to see Medicaid at the rate. Yeah, at the rate that these people going, who knows?
Just like this. That ain't a kid.
Right.
People drive right across here. Where you going, man?
That's dumb. You driving in the oncoming traffic. Dumb.
And I know it was tragic. Anyway, I won't do that because the person lost their life. But hey, man,
we live and die by the results that we make. I would say this: DeJuan Lowe, who was a guidance counselor at the Central City Cyber School, he used to always tell us, everyone who went to that school knows these words: choices make consequences.
And consequences are a forethought, not an afterthought.
Good choice, good consequence. Not so good choice, not so good consequence.
You have a random situation where there's something you didn't control. You made a good choice, but somebody else made a bad choice.
Well, that's an exception. I'm just talking the choices you make.
Happens a lot. All right. You're listening to Community Voices Friday, Free Flow Friday. Keith Parris, the youngster, old man,
the baby boomer,
old man, right at the end of the boom. Old man Jones. We got Byron. We got Clark. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Come back to Community Voice. What else we got, DJ? We're just waiting on our
We
guest.
waiting on the interview, but
Y'all want me to talk? Y'all want to talk to me? Don't y'all
how we gonna miss you and you right here? You got to be gone for us to miss you. You got to be gone for us to miss you.
Hey, Clark, do it for me, man. Do Pookie for me, man. Do Pookie.
Chocolate, just keep calling me, man. Just keep calling me, man. I just want that chocolate, man. It's calling me, man. It's calling me, man. Keep up trying. Keep.
Man, he got Pookie down, boy. He got Pookie down. What else we got, man?
I mean, we might as well just go off into Haters Nation.
He wasn't able to find, but all right, we can do it without the music. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we was already talking about
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Whoa. Rewind.
All right, we'll rewind.
Rewind. Every time I see Ray Mendoza, he say, "Hater Nation!"
Yeah.
Give me a big bear hug every time.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
All right, population. Can't forget that.
9.
All right, so I already talked about the complaints about the police chase. You know, they just need to dead that. All right, you cannot be committing crimes and just expecting to get away. No, get his ass or get her. Go get him. All right, I already talked about that. That's my one. That's my one quote. All right, that's my quote.
Oh,
That's my quote.
But he ain't Joe Madison. He ain't Joe Madison. I remember one time I was driving. We had the kids taking them to school, and he was wearing out the swear jar. And then I look at the kids in the back and looking at like, y'all don't hear anything, do you? And they were like, no,
Right.
no.
Like
He
off
be
of
wearing a band and
like
that
off
early in the morning.
like off of Bad Boys too, when that mama did all that cussing in front of the baby, and then she said, "Cover your ears."
Yeah.
After she didn't already did all that
Or when
cussing.
she hear the words, where you learn how to cuss.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you. What you got, man?
But my second complaint is I don't know if people are aware, and this is pretty old, but it just came back just because it is fairly recent within the past month and a half or so. But the Teddy Bridgewater situation, where he is at the time he was a former NFL player, but he never retired. He just was inactive quarterback. He was giving back to his community, so he went back to I believe a local high school in Florida, where he's from, and he was coaching. He did so well that they end up winning the state championship. Right now, this year he's suspended. Why is he suspended?
Why?
He's suspended.
Why?
Because he was providing meals for his players.
Okay.
And also he was giving them Ubers, to get to and from home.
So it was a benefit.
Right.
He's suspended from coaching.
Yeah, he's suspended from coaching.
What level was this?
I don't know. It's high school.
Okay.
It's high school. It's Florida. Florida is football is a religion in Florida and Texas.
No lie.
But for all of the wrong things that have been going on, that are going on within sports and our youth, for someone to be suspended for helping the community, helping the kids that they are, there to inspire and evolve is atrocious beyond many measures. And then my last one, and this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but I'm honestly tired of all of these complaints about these store closings, these grocery store closings. You know why they closing? because you Negroes can't stop stealing. Y'all thought, the self-checkout was cool, is more convenient. But yeah, it's convenient because you stealing. You know what I'm saying? It's you came there with about 40 some items, but you only rung up 27.
Ooh.
All right. Of course, we gonna have consequences behind that. The stores gotta close. So I'm not trying to hear all of these complaints about these store closing. Stop stealing. You stop stealing, the stores will be there. All right.
I just want to be clear on something, DJ. You think white folks don't steal?
I asked that.
I asked you a question.
They did
Yeah,
close
they
three. They did close 3 stores.
Yeah,
They still closed 3 stores on the south side.
Now, I'm asking you a question. Do white folks steal?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know. I got the impression that
What I was talking
you
about,
said you Negroes. What's your
Yeah.
words? What's your word? That's what you
Just
said.
say people.
Yeah.
Just say people.
no.
Wait. Why no?
I'm talking to us.
Okay.
Every conversation
White folks listen
ain't
to
for
us.
everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Also, if we hadn't been stealing in our doors, they
Right.
would have remained open.
You think people that's living on 35th and North is complaining about a store closing on the south side? No. They complain about the store
Well,
that's closing in their community.
Let's put it in perspective now. All right. What we're talking about is not contained to any, and I hate to use the term because I don't like the term race of people.
Mhm.
It is more economically driven. Okay. You don't have upper middle class people other than kleptomaniacs who are going in the stores to steal. People going in the stores to steal. Now, I'm going to do this from a really agnostic position. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. People see their survival based on them going in to the stores to steal. Now, we're talking groceries. That flat screen TV is a different question.
Right.
Right. But if you're talking about food, and so when you look at a lot, like the average food stamp recipient will run out of food stamps 8 days before their next allotment. So there's food insecurity issues there, certainly in economically distressed neighborhoods where you're going to see more theft. I mean, and I'm talking about on a different level. Now, certain high level retail theft, we know that ain't folks necessarily who come. That's a piece, but I think we also need to factor that in, that a lot of times folks are stealing because there is some food insecurity. I know that we say don't make it right. We was poor. I'm just saying that's what you and your mama did.
Again,
Other people and their mamas made another decision.
it was okay to steal, right? It was okay to steal because they did it.
Why?
But now,
Who said
all
it
of a
was
sudden,
okay?
Whoever said it was okay to
the
steal.
people that's doing it. But now, keep talking about unintended consequences.
Right.
Now the stores are closing. That's an unintended consequence that people wasn't thinking
But
about.
Walmart
and
are
now you
closing.
complaining
But
about
Walmart
that.
are closing stores in predominantly white, poor, rural areas because they also deal
I ain't
with
talking
theft.
about them.
No,
I don't
it's
know
not
about
but
that.
when you
I'm
talk
talking about
the
here in the
danger,
city.
but
That's
the
what I'm
danger,
talking about.
but the
But you can't
danger
throw-
is
you
the
can't throw a
danger is that,
catch-all out there, man.
yeah, the danger is
What you mean?
you being
But you threw-
you being
yeah, you threw
stereotypical.
a
That ain't
catch-all
fair.
That's
out
not
It
stereotypical.
is. It is.
That's not stereotypical. Dude,
If stealing is going on across, it doesn't matter what the people look like. It's the matter what they have in their pockets.
Is the one on the 108th closing?
No, but is
No.
the one
Okay then.
is the one on South 27th closing? Yes.
And black
Is the
people
one in
go there.
Franklin
What are
closing?
you talking about? South
Well, whether
27th
you go
ain't
there or
closed?
not, it's still part of the
That's
it's still part of the
27th
I
Street.
guarantee
That's
you there's not
27th
predominantly black people shopping there.
No,
South Milwaukee.
unless it's in
Franklin.
the real inner city, like I just talked about. 35th and North. Outside of that, nothing is. Milwaukee isn't predominantly black. We know that already.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
And black
we
folks ain't
cannot-
doing all the stealing in the stores.
We cannot, just like this police chase stuff. We cannot be committing crimes, breaking the rules, and then when these unintended consequences happen, start complaining about it. You can't. I can't smack Debo
No,
and he
you-
knocked
you
me
sure
out,
can't.
and I'd be like, man,
But the
Debo,
people, but maybe the
knocked out my
people,
teeth,
but
man.
but
All I
maybe
did was smack him. He
but-
didn't have to knock
the
me
people
out.
who are complaining,
No.
the people are complaining.
No.
But DJ, the people are complaining, not the people doing the stealing. That's that you just talked about collateral damage.
I don't know about all that either.
No, well,
Some people.
I mean, but
Some people.
I will say this, and I go. I don't try to use these universals. We need to be mindful that there are things that drive certain behavior. And that if you look at that, this is not saying it's right or saying it's wrong.
But you're making an excuse for
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you what the cause is. If your ass get hungry enough, you don't go in the store and steal.
Let me ask you.
I mean, that's a reality. You're not at that point. You're doing very well.
Built as? Do you remember what that location was built as?
No. What?
Jewel Osco.
Right. Oh,
they
yeah.
left.
They all love it. Yeah.
So, I mean,
are they still operating in Chicago?
Yeah.
I'm certain they are.
Yeah. Jules Osco.
Yeah, they got.
But they expanded into a market,
and then it went to. They left, and then Pick and Save picked them up. Yeah.
So again, I say, business, man. I mean, when you start looking at the bottom line, is the numbers.
Yeah.
Turnover and employee rate, internal theft. You talk about theft. What about the internal theft that takes place?
Cost of security, insurance goes up.
At the end of the day, that is my point. You do wrong, and then when these consequences happen, we start complaining. We can't do both.
You can do both because the people are complaining. Probably people not doing the stealing. So yes, they're going to complain. It impacts them. You know, I'm in a different situation. I don't have to shop at the store on 35th and North.
Right.
I'm financially situated where, you know, and I don't even live in the neighborhood. But for those people where that's the only probably food outlet that they have.
You keep talking about economics. That grocery store is a business. Economics. What should that grocery store do? Keep dealing with what they're dealing with?
I'm not arguing that if they make a bottom line decision. That's not. I'm just saying that to make it, and we'll do this because somehow when people that look like us, it's a character flaw. When other people are doing it, you need to take in. So I'm just saying, let's extend that grace to everybody. You know, and it's easy to say, and I gotta, you know, because we have been, remember I said this to you, that the white man has done a great job in brainwashing us. The brainwashing, the subliminal suggestion is so deep, we just kick it in.
So here's my frustration. We act like we can't have a conversation with our people, amongst our people, about our people. Every conversation don't gotta extend to other people. Yes, I'm not slow. Everybody commits crimes, but this particular this particular conversation, we gotta be able to address each other.
But it's not we that way like black folks have some deficiency.
But everything ain't gotta be but they do it too. It's just like at home when your mom.
It's not that they do it too.
It's just like
it's
just like a conversation with your parents, and you get in trouble and you try to say, hey, those other kids are doing it. What your mama gonna say? I don't care about them. I'm talking to you right now.
What I'm getting
because I'm more concerned with you. And that's my point.
What I'm getting to is that 5 pick and saves closed. They did not all close in a predominantly black neighborhood, which now speaks to something greater. And if they want to put but people are saying, we're like, oh, she'll be. Our behavior is probably the same as anybody else who's probably economically situated the same way people are. I mean, that you know, it's not what you're saying. It's probably what I'm reacting to, and maybe I should come on in.
We just can't be so sensitive to, you know, everybody knows that crime is committed by everybody. But there are certain points where you have to have a interracial conversation, and then there's times where you just have to talk to those
maybe
that look like
based on race. That's what I'm trying to. That's the problem with the construct of race. You interject race into things where it has everything to do with human behavior.
You're not taking the point, and you.
I am taking the point.
So that what you're doing right now is the reason why we can never move forward. And the reason why we can never
having this conversation ain't gonna stop anybody who's hungry from stealing, DJ.
I'm not talking about this specific conversation. I'm just talking about the idea. The idea that if I talk to Clark Kent, about a certain thing. And then Clark Kent get to saying, well, such and such is doing it, and such. Then how is Clark Kent going to grow? How is me and Clark Kent together going to be able to grow if we keep talking about other people do it too? We don't. I'm not.
Because
Okay,
it's not driven by people.
Dude.
Like it's not driven because you're Norwegian. It's not driven because you're a descendant of an African slave. There's other things that go into theft. People have been stealing since we've had people.
Dude, but now
this is not a genetic flaw of black people because certain poor people are stealing, man. That's all I'm saying. And if we make it that way, we got to have this conversation.
So
we
now,
got to have a conversation.
We just keep making excuses.
No, we have to talk about the systemic reasons for why you see that level of theft in certain neighborhoods. So that's a more difficult conversation to have.
Again,
blaming the victims doesn't change the equation.
That's not victim blaming. That's saying, hey, stop making these decisions because these decisions have unintended consequences, which will affect you greater than that initial right or wrong decision that you made.
Oh, that's a good point.
I've been making good points.
No, not always, Pops. Not always. What up, Fred?
How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Mr. Fred Collier, how are you this morning, sir?
Blessed and highly favored, my brother.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, man. We're here to talk about, of course, what your ongoing summer concert series.
Yes, the Summer Cultural Music Series. Yes, sir. Yes,
Cultural
sir.
Music Series.
This is week 8.
You guys go, because we were asking, you go like pretty much into September, right?
August the 30th is our last date.
Okay.
Yes, August the 30th. That will be week 11. Saturday. That's the 11th Saturday, and it's actually our gospel concert.
Okay. But we have a concert coming up this Saturday.
Oh, tomorrow, brother. Tomorrow is going to be. It's going to be super. When I say super, I mean super. We got Jemiah Rogers headlining. Then we got the Sean Hinton Experience right before Jemiah. Then we have Ray Nitty presenting Good Noise, which is his new band that he's going to be presenting tomorrow. So it's going to be phenomenal. We got DJ L Boogie DJing, Debo on the microphone. It's going to be a very nice day. And then we also have a health fair in collaboration with West Care, Wisconsin. This is the 5th annual, and Antonio Freeman will be involved at the health fair, and he'll be at the summer series as well.
He has really my guy from Baltimore. He really, man, kind of got in and become part of the fabric of this community.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
I'm sorry we missed him at Juneteenth, but yeah, and what we're trying to do, we're trying to get Jemiah on the phone. So
okay, wonderful. He's expecting the call, so he should get right on.
All right.
But yes, tomorrow is going to be phenomenal. It's week 8. We've had wonderful Saturdays. We've had wonderful performances. Mm-hmm. We had Christopher's Project last week. I mean, the turnout is even bigger than we've ever had it. You know, now we have a large group of people coming out to enjoy themselves with their chairs and their tents and fans and yes.
But I remember you were talking about the significance of holding it at Rose Park and just what Rose/Garfield Park represent in terms of a cultural center.
Yes, sir. 100%.
So this has been very intentional.
Very, very much so. Yes, sir. As we had spoke about before, Mr. Kearney wanted to extend the conversation about Juneteenth, and with Clinton Rose Senior Center and Park being the foundation of where Juneteenth is initiated every year, he wanted to make sure that we chose a platform where it will speak to the community, not just just having a different location or picking a venue. He wanted the community to know that it was for them, so they could just walk right up. Some of the seniors, they actually get they roll up in their wheelchairs,
Mm-hmm.
that they're able to have access to it, which is very, very important, where they don't have to catch buses or get rides all over the city. Yeah, it's right there in our community.
And watching 90 Years Young, Ruben Harpole out there.
Yes, he's out there having a ball. He's out there having a ball.
We have Mr. Jemiah Rogers on the line. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm all good. Can't complain. How about you?
Hey, man, same way. First of all, you're going to be with us tomorrow here at the Summer Cultural Concert Series.
Yes, sir.
Have you been to Milwaukee? You've been to Milwaukee before, right?
Yes, I have. This will probably be my 3rd time. I know we got rained out last year.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, this will be my 3rd time for sure. I'm no stranger.
Okay. Chicago based?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Southside.
Oh man.
Shout out.
I was just talking to a brother who grew up in Chicago, and I was telling him about back in the day when the Brewers in the American League. Boy, we look forward to the White Sox coming up. That was just total insanity, man. When Cub fans are a little better behaved, but I don't know if this rivalry heating up, that might be changing soon.
Yeah. I ain't too much into it, but it's always there.
So talk about what are some of your musical influences, man?
Mainly me, but just
see there's
coming up.
Dylan.
Yeah, we're gonna hold you on that one, but just coming up in my experience, I like a lot of Hendrix. I'm really a blues head. I'm first baby born in my church, so of course I ain't stranger to no gospel music, but of course that's what comes across in my playing influence wise.
So you do a variety of different types of music, or not types of, but a variety of music.
Well, yes, sir. Original and non-original, of course. A lot of arrangements of my own. I like to do a lot of old school stuff. I like a lot of funk. I like a lot of blues. I like a lot of R&B. I might feel like playing reggae one day. You never know. So I'm full of surprises.
That he is. He is not lying.
So you Southern Soul?
Nah, I don't really do no Southern Soul.
Okay. So
I can play it, but I don't do it.
Okay, hold on.
So Jemiah, I've seen you several times, but certainly one of the things that always stuck out with me in watching you, I've never seen anybody other than you restring the guitar while playing.
Never seen that other than him.
Hey,
100%.
he in the middle of a set, song is going, he playing, he don't stop. He make his way over there. He playing with one hand. He get him a new string, pull it out. He stretch it out, put it in his mouth, do this, do that. Never stop playing.
That's the truth.
What a heck of a performer, man.
How'd you learn how to
never
do
seen
that,
before.
I mean, I was raised around the greats, man. I did a lot of homework, and I just been doing it since I was a baby. So, I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. That's the best way I could put it.
That's one of those. The show must go on.
Yes, sir.
Other people be like, "Hold on, y'all keep playing. I'll be right with you." Now, Jemiah Rogers.
And I only got 2 other people in my band, so
he gets it
ain't
in.
like we Earth, Wind, and Fire. Not
I think he's throwing a shot at me and my band because there's like 10 of us.
Y'all do look like a mariachi band. You ever seen a mariachi band? It'd be like 37 dudes in that band.
Watch it.
Yeah, like how y'all get paid? What it's like 37 of y'all, man. They got a full horn section. You got a question for him?
Oh, Jemiah, how you doing, brother? The spread, man.
Yes, sir. How you doing, family?
You already know, fam. We're just looking forward to you. I want to know, what do you enjoy most about coming to Milwaukee?
Man, I can always say this about anywhere I go. It's always the chemistry there, like the love, just all together. The love, the fluency of how y'all always do this every year. It's never like a problem. Anytime I be there, like whenever I pull up, y'all got my spot there ready for me to park. I go right to the stage. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing but love, and it's nothing but it's big life. I love to see it every time I go. That's all. My people out there. That's what I like to see too.
Already, it's all love, family. All love.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Again, man, I want to thank you because I know your time is valuable. But let me thank Mr. Jemiah. Thank you, man. Appreciate you coming to the city, bringing your art, bringing your craft, your talent.
Anytime.
Man, it's a benefit, man. So again, he will be our headliner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's the headliner tomorrow. Definitely come out and check Jemiah out. When I say he's a phenomenal entertainer, he's a phenomenal entertainer. From the first time I saw him perform was at Buddy Guy's Legends, and I went. Shout out Mark Maddox. He had me come down just to check out some artists, and Jemiah performed that night, and he was phenomenal. You don't even know this. He didn't know. I was talking to him outside with my cousin, and he didn't know that I was there to book bands for this particular series, and that was the first year that we had it, and he's been here every year since. So I want y'all to come out. This is a phenomenal artist. He's representing our culture all over the world. I mean, he's literally traveling all over the world, literally. So definitely come out. He performs from 5 to 6 p.m. We have other very, very, very nice bands. We got Sean Hinton, the Sean Hinton Experience. We got Ray Nitty presenting good music and good noise, excuse me. And we have, I want to make sure I say this. We have Eli's Lemonade, my 10-year-old son.
Yeah.
He provides,
Boom, boom, boom,
yes,
boom,
yes, yes.
boom.
He provides lemonade for the entire series, the entire 11 Saturday series. He gives it away to the participants that comes out, you know, and I just want to make sure, I give Eli a shout out. He's here with me right now.
Need 20 of them to go back home.
Already. And shout out to Northcott Neighborhood House, our sponsors, Beta Philanthropies, TMJ4, WNOV. Thank y'all for always supporting us and supporting the community and really representing us in a positive way and making sure that the narrative is on a high frequency for our people. So thank y'all, and we look for y'all to come out tomorrow from 2 to 6 p.m. Make sure y'all come on with y'all lawn chairs. And as I said the last time I was on here, keep your coolers low. Keep it very low.
Low.
Already.
All right. Appreciate you. Jemiah Rogers, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anytime, every time.
All right, Fred
See y'all
Collier,
tomorrow.
thank you, man.
Thank you, brother.
As always.
Thank you.
Man, you rocking that hair, dude. I'm loving that. I'm looking that's great. You're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
community voice on WNOV 860 AM and 106.5 FM with your host, Keith.
Hey, man, you got to find the right rejoinder for Friday, man. He'll quit. No, I'm just because his management will be calling me, asking. Anyway, now it's time for the Protege's perspective.
There are many things that people are afraid of, and that frightfulness stems from the uncertainty of what's next. Many people are afraid of failure and the uncertainty that lies on the other end of that result. Many people are afraid of rejection and the uncertainty that lies on the other end of those feelings and the result of being rejected. Many people are afraid of change. Change is oxymoronic, but the uncertainties are highlighted more than the certainties that it brings. Public speaking has often been the boogeyman for a large amount of people. Although speaking is the oldest and most common form of communication, doing it publicly or in front of a group of people is what brings fear to most. In a world full of experiences, there are many things that people are afraid of. In most experiences, even if we are afraid of that outcome or result, we are either able to learn from them or speak to someone who has gone through similar experiences. In most cases, this is true, but not when death is involved. Many people grapple to come to terms that death either has come or will come upon us. In my opinion, the greatest reason why most people are afraid of death is because of the uncertainty that it brings. Whether you grew up religious or not, both types of people have struggled to accept and come to terms with death. Truly, this has been something that I've struggled with, so much that I've even asked the question, what's the point of life if I'm just going to die anyway? Though no idea has grasped my soul more than this, I have wrestled with this tremendously. I've had numerous of conversations about death. After all of those conversations, two remain with me vividly today. The first conversation was with two gentlemen who I regard as big brothers and mentors. I was very uncertain and spiritually defeated when it came to death. One, because I was afraid of it. And two, I just didn't understand it. So I posed the question, if I'm going to die, what's the point of life anyway? Both spoke differently, yet provided similar knowledge. One stated life is about legacy, geared towards living and leaving an impact on the world and others better than we found it. Our fleshly bodies may perish, but our spirits remain. Only a portion of us will depart for certain, but the other existence of us can last beyond multiple lifetimes should we see to it. The other gentleman added on, life is like a bridge. It connects a group of people on a certain destination to the next. Life is precious, and the fact that it is uncertain makes it worthwhile. The next conversation I had regarding death was with my best friend. This conversation was most recent. He dropped the jewel and said that the reassurance of death is knowing that it won't happen until your mission is complete. Selfishly, we would like to depart on our own terms and our way. When we want it to happen, how we want it to happen, and where we want it to happen. Some of us don't even want it to happen at all. Yet, we don't get to choose any of that, thus leaving us afraid and lost when it comes to death. It took a while for me to hear, understand, and know that I can be reassured by something that is viewed that is such unfortunate. My purpose is not to know when, where, or how I will die, nor is it to be frustrated when that day will come. Ultimately, I know that when that day comes for me, my family, friends, and loved ones can be assured that my mission will be complete.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate that. As we talk about death,
Yeah.
and I raised my hand because I wasn't one of those folks.
You wasn't?
Yeah, man. Die until I have to die. Keep on living until you die.
Yeah.
No, good, man. Good insight. Good insight.
No, like I said, with something such that's viewed as being unfortunate, I never even thought that you could be reassured of it. You know, something that's unfortunate. But, you know, like I said, many conversations, and, you know, the first conversation that I talked about, that was over 10 plus years ago. And then the last conversation that I just had was like a couple months ago.
Well, you know, as you get older, you become more mindful of your mortality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an inevitability. There has never been an exception to that rule as it relates to human beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody dies. So you live your life until you die.
Mm-hmm.
And death will take care of itself. So, man, great. That's appreciate that. All right, here we go. We just started. We having this conversation, and we even doing on. We didn't do
one thing I do got to address.
What's that?
So obviously, you was hopping on me about, you know, what we talked about before we had the interview. I forget the name on the live feed.
Okay.
But somebody asked if I'm a MAGA supporter, like just being that's something I gotta address. That is also the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. One, there you have never, ever, ever heard me in support of that agenda, that person.
But what about that?
Or the things that they talk about?
What about that time?
There has never been a time. There has never been a time.
Didn't you say
that there's never been a time? Two, if we can't have conversations with each other built on acknowledging the wrongs that we're doing, and then two, trying to uplift and move past that in order to be better, then that is the reason why most of us say that the Black community hasn't grown or evolved, because that was just a conversation to us, about us, for us, in order to better us. And for you to ask the dumbest question, like I said, it's good that we on radio that I can't cuss.
It's not a dumb
but
question, but
that's definitely a dumb question.
Let me say,
you have never heard me
Pops
in support of that.
Pops,
come on now,
Pops. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me say this to you. There are no victims,
only volunteers.
Let me finish. You knew that there was going to be a reaction. Don't trip on the reaction.
No, and
the last thing,
but that
wait a minute. The last thing is just because people say it so, don't make it so, dude.
No, I know that, but
okay.
But some things you still got to address.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Some things
you just don't let. You don't let everything ride. You don't let everything ride.
Okay,
that was done.
Okay, all right. But you know, you don't get sensitive.
No, I'm not sensitive.
You are sensitive.
Certain things just need to be addressed.
Okay, but I'm saying, but don't the reaction to you addressing it. You had to know that people are gonna, and they could be wrong in how they react to you. But you knew you were gonna. That's why you did it.
But that had nothing to do with what we was talking about. So they took that in a whole nother stratosphere that had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
That's the problem. When people hear, they hear either what they want to hear or they hear what they think they hear. You just got to keep it moving. Caller, welcome to the program. Get all sensitive. Welcome to the program.
Just because you address something don't mean you get sensitive.
Caller, go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call.
Okay.
And what I'd like to say is this: before you can, first we sit down and say, okay, what's the problem? Why are the stores closed? We know that the stores are closing because there is a lot of theft going on, internal and external. And what's the next problem? Our young people not respecting the law. And how do we resolve that? It steps into that. You get an outline and it steps to that. Some of it is poor home training, no home training, kids living on the street don't have a means for things. But if I'm a business and I know I'm coming into your neighborhood, I want to know who the leaders are in that neighborhood. And what are you going to do to help me stay profitable and serve the people in that area? So not only am I going to get security around there, but then I want you to have some people monitor and walking around. Because when you go into a store, I mean, my goodness, you can't get deodorant. You can't get a baby formula. You can't get your feminine products. Everything you have to call somebody to come over and assist you. What kind of, but then maybe that's the society we're going to. But to overlook it and say, well, over there, they have crime. When I'm talking to my grandchildren, I'm not going to raise you according to low standards. I'm going to raise you according to high standards. I don't give a rat's tail what somebody else is doing. I'm telling you what I want you to do. And that is, if you steal, there are consequences to it. That was a horrible death that person died in that fire. And I'm sorry, I happened to be on Martin Luther King when a chase was going on, and a guy that owns that taco truck or whatever that truck is parked by Walgreens, they went flying down the street, knocked his pretty red truck up on the sidewalk, and kept going. They didn't know if they hurt the man or not, and didn't care. These are the kind of things. Somebody could have been crossing the street. So we got to look at it from both angles. And I don't get upset. If you don't like my idea, okay, let's throw some more on the table and let's keep working it. But we need to have a meeting with our people and get real. Find some place where we can come and talk. And my next thing is this. We need a governor up there. And I hope that the black guys, African-American guys that are qualified to run, it's not about your resume. It's not about making it look impressive. Stay where you are right now and get a good governor up there so that you can assist him. Your time is going to come. You know what I'm saying? This is not checkers, it's chess. And people, we need to get real because this man is destroying our country. And everybody that works for Donald Trump,
Cut her off. No, we don't talk about Trump on Friday. Sorry about that, dear. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you'll get, and then you.
But you know, obviously, there's no him on Fridays. But she made a lot of valid points. And,
she did, but let me.
And obviously we always have to look at both sides. You know, like that's just what you have to do to have a more well-rounded conversation.
The people who are going to do what they're doing are not coming to your meeting.
True. But
you know, so when we need to have a meeting. You can have a meeting, but the people that precipitated your need for a meeting ain't gonna be at that meeting.
But guess what?
So we're just talking to each other.
True.
We're not necessarily talking to the people.
You know what's funny? I'm not gonna go too off because I'm gonna stay on task. I had a conversation with somebody and I said, you know, I wrestle with church now more than I did when I was younger because I feel like now it's more just preaching to the choir. You know, like we're presenting these messages and we're receiving this message to people that are already open and receptive to it. But who the message should really be going to is the individuals that ain't at church. To your point, the people that will show up to the meetings, it's like preaching to the choir. You know, they're going to be receptive to, you know, hearing new ideas and wanting change. My thing is this, though. We have to have those meetings because those people who are not in those meetings are still affecting those people who are not committing, you know, those crimes. And so now we have to hold those meetings and affect those people who are doing that
as much as you can. But Rhonda and I were having this conversation. Here's one of the problems with human beings. We like to think we control things we do not control. We like to think we control things we do not control. One of the things you do not control is somebody else's decisions and their behaviors. We deal with the consequences. You deal with the consequences of my selfish behavior. All I'm saying, it's great. And look, those meetings are good. You get a chance. It's cathartic. We can go. But if you want to sit down and talk about it, the problem is so complex and involved.
Yeah.
You know, so when those folks are having a meeting over at, now, it was something she said, maybe a meeting should have been held prior to that to talk about that. But, you know, the cost. And look, and then I want you to think about the items that she talked about that you could not get. These are basic items, sundries, right? Food stamps don't buy sundries. Food stamps don't buy deodorant. Food stamps don't buy tampons, right? And so how do you do that? Now, we can make, well, you get a job like every, okay, whatever. All I'm saying is when you look at some of the realities there, we have an emotional response to it as well. We will. We're human beings. It's just part of what we do. But, you know, a lot of times, and I always hear it's young people. It ain't.
No, it's not always young people.
Young people make up a percentage. We're talking about like the homicides, 15%. That means the other 85% is done by grown folks.
But remember,
fully grown human beings.
But you remember that goes in part to my comments last week when we were talking about, you know, the stuff that's going down on Water Street at night. You know, people always want to just find the blame for why, you know, this stuff is happening, and they just, oh well, they have to be the reason, or this has to be the reason, or they have to be the issue, instead of really dissecting, you know, what's going on.
That's why the numbers matter. And what we do is that we will have a reaction not based on data and facts, it's based on perception. What did you say earlier? It's your what did you call it? We were talking about knowledge. You said it was your intuition. You know, those are sensual feeling responses. Those are not the numbers. I was talking to Fred. Man, I want to get to this. I was talking to Fred, and I was saying
this conversation better than that.
Man, I don't. This first of all, this conversation is circular, and guess what? That store's still closed.
So let's brainstorm ways to how to keep the next one open.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Call welcome to the pro. That's all you say. Call welcome to the pro. That's all you say.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Ain't no major, ain't no little thing.
Hey, but you know what they say, to make a long story short, and it's already 3 hours long.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's happening?
What's going on, Trey?
Can I get my head on?
Oh,
yeah, please.
Okay. Yesterday I was studying the good book, and I'm referring to the King James Version of the Bible. All right. And I hate it when people say, I'm blessed and highly favored. Okay. I hated it when I was hearing it. There was something in me that was stirring, but I didn't know why, so I researched. In the book of Romans and the 2nd chapter, shortly, it reads, this will be the 9th verse. There will be trouble and distress for every human being who does evil, first the Jew, then the Gentile, but glory, honor, and peace for everyone who does good. First the Jew, then the Gentile, for God does not show favoritism. People, please stop saying you highly favored, because you not. All right, that's it.
All right, I say this.
That's a hell of a point, because he's absolutely correct. I asked this theological question: why does God favor DJ over me?
because I look better.
Okay, there you go. Caller, what you want to do the break or? Okay, all right. You listen.
Well, I say this: Happiness Donuts. If I misread your question, I apologize. But how I read it, it looked like you was asking if I was a part of that.
Because you're sensitive. You was ready to throw. That's why.
Putting my name and MAGA in the same sentence, it threw me for a loop. But if I read it wrong, I apologize.
He was ready to throw hands. You listen to Community Voice. We gonna be right back. son. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
What's going on, yo?
Hey, what's happening,
Hey,
man?
Arizona.
Hey, what happened to the who taking the last shot? Did I miss that subject?
Yeah, thank you, man, for bringing us back to this.
Man, that ain't
No,
important.
because this dude started a riot out here.
Yeah, man. He didn't got
let's get to
you
it.
can't put my name in the same sentence as certain things,
and next
man.
thing you know, everything went left.
Oh man, and then wait a minute, then we come back to Rejoiner, and his name wasn't in that. It was just heating up in this spot, man.
Man,
all right, so I'm gonna ask you the question. Let's just get to it.
And guess what? The air conditioning is on in here.
And it's still hot up in here. All right. So who you got? Last shot of the game. Let me ask the question. Let me do my game show host. Last shot of the game. Past or present player. Who is your player?
You said it has to be a present player?
No,
past or present.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be. This is my.
You only get one. You only get one.
No.
Okay.
I said this is my second favorite player though. So I'm gonna give it to him, and it's gonna be a shocker to probably y'all, but I'm gonna give it to Dirt.
Dirt Nowitzki.
That's a good.
Dirt Nowitzki. All right.
I'm giving it to Dirt. Dirt will fade away all the way to his back on the ground and swish it.
Okay.
See,
so that's the game winner.
I would appreciate this segment if people pick names like that. You know, that's not the same.
Why don't we see, man? You done shut it down before it even happened.
Yeah, man, you got sensitive on it.
That's stress right up in this spot. All right, man. Appreciate you.
I still got that button close to me, man.
All right. I appreciate you, man. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Keith. Good morning, DJ.
What's happening?
And good morning to the new addition. I don't know what his name is. Good morning, sir. Hey, I've been listening to conversations this morning on the phone, and one of the conversations kind of prompted me to call in regards to things that's happening in our community. Keep up on the community because, you're always right on point about the things you say in regards to reality. However, my question to you is, in church on Sundays, at your church, do we speak of the things that's going on in our community?
Yes.
That's good. I mean, is it lengthy or is it just
no? I think it's the point that DJ is making, though. But the people, when we get up and we talk about it, I hear it in prayers, I hear it in sermons. Well, you basically, preaching to the choir.
I agree.
Most people in there, they're not disagreeing with it because they're feeling probably the same way I'm feeling when I get up and I talk about it. So yes, we talk about it. The question becomes then, what do we do about it?
Right. Okay. My question is that, okay, they speak about it in church, and we have, I don't know, do you know approximately how many African-American churches we have in the city of Milwaukee?
A lot.
Okay. We have a lot. Why isn't it a point that all these African-American churches get together and change our community? Because I believe if the churches got together, if they united, I think the churches are kind of segregated from each other. Am I correct or not?
Yes, that's why we have denominations. That is to divide.
Yes, but
I would even
denominations. Does it separate us?
Yes, because in math, a denominator is a divider.
Yes. Okay. So that's true. But do you think that we could turn things around if that wasn't the case?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, I think that we need to really take a look at that because we have the resources to turn our community around.
Absolutely, I believe that too. We really do.
But
I would say what's bigger than the resources is our mindset.
Right.
and you can have as many resources, as many dollars as you can ever have, but if our mindset isn't to sacrifice, isn't willing to, uplift and inspire, and be willing to take a back seat, then we get what we have. Like our we have to have a mindset change. Yeah, we gonna say this for the next 15-20 years, T, that the resources are there, we have enough, this, that, and the third, but our mindset hasn't shifted, and that's why we haven't evolved to where a lot of us would hope to be.
Right. Hey, one question. Let me end with this right here. Do you think it's necessary for our community to all get together, as many leaders in our community as possible, regardless of denomination, and have a press conference for our community?
I think that's one of the things, but I think it's 1,000, 10,000 steps. That's probably a first step, but then what do we do beyond that, man?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. But we have to start doing something though.
Yep.
And that's the reason why
there are people out there, and there are people out there. It's just that there just has to be more. Jesus said that. He said the harvest is plentiful, but basically the workers are few. There's a lot of work out there. It's the people who need to do the work. And we can sit there and complain in our pews, but we're part of the solution, right? I mean, so how do you do that?
Definitely. Well, I'm asking for our churches not to talk about this here in church on Sunday. I'm asking for our churches to come out into the community and make a difference, because I think that would make a great difference. It will be most definitely. It will most definitely be a beginning.
Right.
Okay, you guys have a great day.
And I can make a religious critique here. We don't necessarily focus on justice. We don't focus on social justice, even though Jesus talked about justice. If you see, his first sermon was all about justice. We don't talk about that. We're more salvic. And what that means is, thank you, Dr. Demetrius Williams, we're more concerned about our own soul salvation.
Yeah.
That's most important to us. And we don't understand that we didn't turn it into that whole little catechism of this is what you do, this is what you look like when you saved.
Dr. King.
But no, Jesus, again, I refer my church brethren and sisters. If you want to inherit eternal life according to Jesus, these are words that Jesus spoke. Then go to Matthew 25. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on air.
All right. Thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you to the gentleman who just called in. I have been asking myself and others too, what is it that we, the Black church, can do? I understand your comment about denomination, but this isn't about denomination. This is about, we've got a lot of Baptists, a lot of these, and each of those denominations can come together for helping the needy, educating people in the midst of all that's going on, making sure people have right information. There's a lot of people who go to church, you're right, and hear the message about what we can do, and those are the people who you probably don't want to have to always be at the meeting. But I also think that everybody can glean something new when they hear the conversation. I'm concerned that we're not coming together, number one, to educate our people about what's coming at us through all the things that are changing. How are we telling our elderly about making sure they have their paperwork ready for Medicaid and things like that? Where are our local politicians holding educational sessions where our churches could be the backup for that? I just think, and I'm not criticizing people, I just think that we've got more power in the church than we are utilizing. And the question becomes is, yes, each one of us can do something, but collectively we can do so much more.
All right. Thank you. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on air.
Hey, good morning to you, Doc. I'm listening to a lot of the comments, and Keith made a great point when he talked about people coming to the meeting, having the meetings, but the very people that are coming to the meetings are not those that are perpetrators. The victims show up. I throw something called a hustler's feast, and I should have did that more redundantly, and I should have did it more, because when you throw a hustler's feast, you bring all the young kids together, young folks, young players. And now that the game has changed, you have to step it up, because Now we dealing with armed combat in our neighborhoods, man, all across the country. So to pull these people in, you have to have something to attract them. Okay, and then you have to give them. You got to have an idea. A press conference don't mean nothing. The mayor have a press conference every time something bad happens. Okay, you get a bunch of churches out there to have a press conference, and it's just that. The Jehovah's Witnesses is in our community every day, spreading the gospel. Okay, so the thing is you have to grab those people, the perpetrators, the players. You have to be criminal minded. You have to have a criminal thinking mind, brother. Most detectives have criminal thinking mind. The real ones that solve cases, they think outside the box. They have that criminal mindset thinking, and you have to have that. You have to even go so far as to hire these people, put them in charge, and guess what? We'll clean the streets up. As long as we keep them, it's us versus them, then it's us versus them, baby. Mm-hmm. But when you pull the good ones, the good fruit, the good fish out the net and throw the rest of them back, you keep doing that before you know it, you have a whole slew of good fish, man, on the bank, man. You know, so that's what we have. And that's simple. I just gave a solution.
All right.
A solution.
Yeah.
And it costs money to keep the event going, you know, and right. It could be a daytime event. You might have gun training. These guys come in, they got a shooting range there, and now the word gonna get out, man, they shooting guns over there. Man, they showing niggas how to shoot. Hey, man, they doing it, they showing the safety part. Now all of a sudden you got a different interest about gun violence. You know, when we was kids, the police used to come to the school. We go to the auditorium, he hold his gun up, lets people hold his gun, show the bullets, show the danger in this. I don't know what happened to that. They got rid of all of that kind of stuff. You know, even on Barney Fife did it, but we did it at Fifth Street. We did it at 38th Street School. We did it at Fulton. You know, where law enforcement officers would come in. But the thing is I needed to get back to throwing the hustler's feast. And when Holmes shut down his thing over there at that what do you have? That youth facility, the Amistad. Then my sons and them put together one, and Walnut Way fought them so bad over there that they just gave up. Walnut Way is garbage. That's why they've been taken away. UWM own it right now. And guess what? That was a black entity. It's gone now. UW came in and they keep regentrifying the whole neighborhood. Yeah. Listen, man, I appreciate the 5 minutes of fame, the 3 minutes of fame, and you guys keep doing what you're doing, but a press conference ain't going to do nothing. And we got to bring the perpetrators to the table, man. That's what.
I appreciate you,
All right, I appreciate you, man. It's more layered and complicated. But I did want to make this observation. I find it interesting that people, the boomers, and who came after the boomers, Gen Xers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The most violent time in our city history was during the time when Gen Xers were coming to age. Worse than now. So when people now talk about what's happening now, you need to go back to the 90s and the 80s and and what this city looked like then. And then it's them against us, you know. So I think it's always amazing, generation like this. This is the worst generation ever. It is not the worst generation ever. And here's our level of responsibility. We created them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We created them. Kids that are not dropped here by alien force. We created them. So and then putting it on the kids where it's like it's them. It's no.
Turn that frown upside down, man. Who you want to shoot? Somebody.
I don't want to do it now,
somebody
man.
Said Steph Curry.
You took all the steam out of it,
somebody,
man.
Somebody said Steph
folks
Curry.
All upset and they get ready to burn. All right,
I was gonna be.
We got a few minutes left, y'all. We got a few minutes left. So, thank you, Phoenix. Phoenix took Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who you got, Clark?
I told you I was going for.
No, I didn't hear.
Ray Allen.
Oh, Jesus Shuttlesworth. Oh, yeah.
You did Ray Allen.
You did Byron?
I got Kobe.
Figure that.
Mm-hmm.
Figure that.
Kobe.
Yeah. I took Big Shot Bob Ori.
Robert Ory.
Robert
that-
Ory, Big Shot Bob.
that was
That's
one of
my
mine.
guy.
You know what? Speaking of we talking about basketball, me and my guy looked up. What happened? You know, my second choice would have been Brian Winters.
Wow. Okay.
That'd have been my second choice.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
He was money.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
money.
Yeah, yeah. Brian Winters.
My Fred Carter told me this story. He played with the Sixers when Doug Collins was there, and Doug Collins is turned out to be a coach, player. Doug Collins shot the free throws in '72 when the Americans got the. I never say
They
a
got
game was
cheated.
stolen, but that game was stolen.
Yeah, they got cheated.
I don't blame them for never going claiming those silver because it got stolen. They ain't no getting around it. It wasn't a missed call. It was stolen.
Yeah,
it was theft. But he said at the end of the ball game, they didn't want Doug Collins. He didn't think Doug Collins had heart. That was not. He played with him,
and that was a number 1 overall pick, Doug Collins. That ain't no just random player. He was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, Olympian. All right. So 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. All right. Well, we got a few minutes left. Thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate that.
Oh man, no problem.
To be provocative,
Damn, I was provocative. I didn't even think I was, but that's just the abundance of just conversation and
someone,
different perspectives and stuff.
And we're never going to do 100. There was never 100 during the civil rights movement. You're always going to have people. And look, this has been, especially for descendants of enslaved Africans here in the U.S., we've had 400 years of almost a plantation theology. And it was never to challenge the system. We never talked about it. So there were folks out there who would talk about social justice issues, but for the most part, get to heaven. And I think that for a lot of people, that is the focus. And then now we now layer it with this whole prosperity. Thank you, brother, for calling in, thinking that God favors any one person over anybody else. I agree. I subscribe to that. Now, there are other people who sit up and they will tell you that. But the rain falls on the just and unjust alike. You have folks who do everything right, don't have anything to show for it. You got folks who've been stuck on stupid, got a whole lot to show for it. And in the Semitic law, or customer thought, they felt like the more prosperous you were, the more righteous you were, right? That wasn't the case. If anything, we know that money can corrupt a whole lot of things, right? So I think that we're looking to, it's when you're marginalized, when you're told that you're less than, you're looking for whatever you can to get your come-ups. And people do it a lot of different ways. So hopefully people are going to get off that island. So, okay. We got another break, or what we going to do? Got another break. Listen to Community Voice. I haven't said this in a long time. We're up on the last break of the program. We'll be right back. We wrap up another Friday. Again, as you all know, the Summer Cultural Concert Series tomorrow, Rose Park. That's from what, 2?
2 to 6, I believe.
Is it 2 to 6? 12 to 6?
Thought it was 2.
2? Okay, 2 to 6 there. Headliner, Josiah
Mm-hmm.
Rogers, Sean Hinton, Ray. Did I get the right Nitty? Which Nitty is that tomorrow?
I think it's Ray Nitty.
Okay. And, Ray. Oh, yeah, all right. Got it now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Got that. And then, of course, again, at Antioch Baptist Church tomorrow at 2 p.m., the musical celebration of life for Deacon Montgomery. That's at 2 p.m. And then again, our Men's Day at Zion Hill, 10 o'clock. Reverend Kurt Boyd, the morning speaker, 3 o'clock afternoon. Reverend Dr. Hugh Davis is the afternoon speaker. And at 10:30 on Sunday, I will be the morning speaker for Men's Day at Galilee Church. Got anything?
No, just enjoy this weekend. Stay hydrated. We're gonna be in the 90s. A lot of, this is the best time of the year, especially to be in Milwaukee. All the festivals are going on. You're able to get some good food. State Fair is coming to an end. It's just so enjoy the weekend, be safe, and stay hydrated.
All right, Byron.
Yeah, like DJ said, just be safe, man. Enjoy your family. Have a good time.
All right, Clark.
Hey, just quit all this stupidness. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
Just quit the stupidness. That's my word.
All right, y'all. Hey, good Lord willing, Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody on Monday.